Today, we'll be taking a look at / analyzing Riku's weapons throughout the Kingdom Hearts games. I'll be taking a look at each game, and I'll allow myself to speculate a little bit, considering that we don't have a ton of info on every weapon Riku actually used. Also, I won't be talking about keychains, since they aren't really weapons / keyblades. In Kingdom Hearts 1, Riku's first weapon is a toy sword. Wait, you honestly thought I was gonna talk about this thing for like 2 minutes? It's a fucking toy sword, for God's sake. The first time we see Riku with an actual weapon is in Traverse Town, where he uses it to KO a couple Heartless in this scene right here. We later learn that this weapon is called the Soul Eater. This thing, which kinda looks like a sword, but I don't know, it also has the all-seeing eye on it, which makes sense, since after this Riku starts working with Maleficent, which later gets him possessed and yada yada yada, you know the story already. Also, when it comes to this weapon, it's never really explained how Riku actually got his hands on this thing. This is where I will allow myself to speculate a little bit and say that it was probably given to him by Maleficent, which, just like she gave him the power to control the Heartless in this scene right here, it could be possible that she gave him the weapon itself as well, but it is, of course, as I said, it wasn't ever confirmed or explained. The Soul Eater is used actually for most of Kingdom Hearts 1. However, when Riku gets possessed by Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, towards the end of the game, he is briefly using this Keyblade right here, this one that allows him to unlock people's hearts and stuff like that. Of course, that is actually destroyed later when Sora stabs himself with it, and it's never to be seen again. Also, just quickly want to mention that Ansem uses a double Soul Eater during the final fight against him, which is kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, this actually looks kind of sick. Riku, even though he wised up by this point,
this is big brain time,
still continues to use the Soul Eater. And if we look at the card description for this thing, it actually says that the weapon is the reason that Riku is able to use the darkness in his favor. In this game, however, the use of the Soul Eater is consistent, and Riku is not seen using any other weapon, unlike he did in Kingdom Hearts 1. Riku does not use his Soul Eater much in this game. However, we do know that he still has it, since he does use it only once, and that's on the 149th day in his fight against Xion in Beast Castle. He does not use it at any other time during this game. And before you guys refer me to the fight with Roxas at the end of the game, you have to keep in mind that he did not actually use it, but he instead took Roxas's Oblivion Keyblade, which he took from him during the fight. During Kingdom Hearts 2, Riku is seen a few times with his Soul Eater. Actually, this weapon is the reason that we as the players, and possibly Sora, thinks that this is Riku, although we can't know for sure since he is wearing his organization coat, because he already looks like Ansem at this time and does not want to be seen by Sora and the gang. And by the time we actually get to the world that never was, Riku's Soul Eater is sorta evolved into his new weapon, that being A Way to the Dawn. Which still looks like the Soul Eater, but with some new additions to the design. I think it actually shows that Riku has, in a way, outgrown his old weapon, and it's actually a nice touch by Square Enix. I will briefly cover Recoded, since there's not much to cover in this one. Soul Eater reappears because of the fact that it's Dada's Riku weapon of choice, so it's not the real Riku using it. First in Agrabah when he tries to attack Pete and Maleficent, and later in his fight against Dada Sora when Pete corrupts him with a fuck ton of bugs. The Soul Eater appears again in Dream Drop Distance in its original form at the very beginning of the game. However, throughout the rest of the game, Riku still continues to use the Way to the Dawn. So yeah, Dream Drop Distance, it's pretty short, it's self-explanatory, there's not much to cover here. Let's move on to the more interesting Kingdom Hearts 3. During Kingdom Hearts 3, when Riku and Mickey are in the Realm of Darkness, they face a Demon Tower. This is the fight in which his weapon Way to the Dawn actually breaks in half, and Riku leaves it in the Realm of Darkness.
Hello darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
After this incident, Riku and Mickey make their way to Master Jensen's tower, where he gives Riku his new weapon, Braveheart, and he continues to use it for the rest of the game, and it can be possible that he will continue to use it in the future. However, with that said, that's it for this analysis of Riku's weapons. Thank you all for watching, and until the next video stream, bye bye.